Hi everybody, it's Bonkai922. Like I said, like I was going to say, I did 2 videos on Bleach, ending of the arc, last arc, final arc, coming up. We'll see how long it goes. And you know, Big Smoke was talking to me about my other video I just did. He made a comment on the Espada. That's true, but a lot of people still feel that, because if you go on that Big Smoke, if you go on that Bleach wiki, go on the internet. I believe you go to King of Lightning's video. I subscribe to him. He did a video on that, and he has a link to it where it shows which Espadas are deceased and which are active. Think about that. And Nell, it just says that she's been replaced. So she's not deceased. So I just feel like she could be, But time for something else. This video is not about that. It's about the 4th episode of another. Oh my god. The show is ridiculous. Well, where we last off, girl fell down the stairs and she got an umbrella pierced through her fucking throat. What's going on here? Oh my god. And basically we have the class, everyone is in the classroom and they're talking about, oh, she got killed, it must be the curse, and so on and so forth. And we have Koichi. He's in the hospital, ready to go for a checkup because he's got that bad lung, so on and so forth. And he meets up with that nurse again. By the way, that nurse meets up with that nurse again, and she is talking to him about the situation, how he's doing, and how, about the accident, obviously. And that also, due to note, that the girl who got, the barrel through her throat, her mother was in a car accident. She died as well. I can't make this shit up, man. I just can't. It's ridiculous. So basically, that's the situation there. And he's talking to the nurse and so forth. And she tells him, after your checkup, come and meet me. We'll talk. So basically, after his checkup, he finds out that he's good, to go. He just can't do too much activity. He doesn't have to be admitted in the hospital. And that's when he's looking at the umbrella and he's thinking about that girl who got, he meets up with the nurse and they go have lunch or dinner or at a restaurant. And they're talking about the accident and he's talking to the fact that her younger brother is in his class. And, she was saying how he said a few things about it, but didn't want to go into much detail because she didn't talk. But that's when Koichi asked him about this girl named Mei Misaki. Ask about that girl. That's what Koichi wants her to do. So while that's going on, after that situation, he is coming home from the hospital and he bumps into this girl who kind of knows a person from his class, which is Akizawa, the one with the red hair and the ponytail red hair. So she's talking to Koichi about it and saying that, she's trying to make fun of, the fact that she's in the theater club, and she says, to be or not to be, And while they're talking, a wind passes by. It's this, strong breeze. And then out of the blue, right where they're standing next to this truck that's carrying this glass pane window. And the window falls on them. And that's when Koichi pushes her out of the way, and the window falls, and it just smashes into a million pieces. And she's like, no, 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 I don't want to die, I don't want to die. And she's freaking out. She's freaking out. And then from there, we get this scene where Koichi, he goes back into the dollhouse, where he obviously goes downstairs, meets that same old crazy woman, and he meets May. And she begins to tell him that, she tells him that she's not going to go in tomorrow, that it probably has begun. It has begun. And I'm like, what has begun? It's like, they can't see her, but this curse that affects this class is sort of happening. That's what this conversation she's having with him is trying to entail. And then while he's with her, this doll falls down, almost like an omen. Oh, scary shit. So while that happens, the next day when he goes to school, everyone's talking. Oh my god, it's like insane. Akizawa, she's talking to these other two people about, we should have told him then, blah, 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 how, we need to tell him. It's going to be very difficult now to tell him, seeing as how he saw that. The moment he walks in the door, into the classroom, everyone's looking at him. Then he sits down, they're like, they won't look at him. They look at him and they turn away. Unbelievable. Just unbelievable. That's when and there's another scene where he walks outside from the classroom and he calls that jock guy. I forgot his name. I think it's beginning with an M. Mizuto. And he promised Koichi that he would tell him in June about what was going on in this school. What was the story? And he didn't. So then he goes upstairs to meet him, and there's that Akizawa person talking to him, and so on and so forth. And she tells Koichi, I told him not to tell you about this. That was a promise that she made with him then. And then Koichi brings up the topic to him, what did you mean when you said you shouldn't concern yourself with a person that doesn't exist here? Things that don't exist. And they're like, and then he gets another phone call. He gets a phone call from the nurse. And she's telling him about her brother, how when she mentioned Mai Miyazaki, his demeanor changed. And saying that she didn't know him. That's when the episode turns for the worst. He's talking to her. They're losing the signal because she's in the elevator. So, she goes back to work. Turns on the elevator. She goes down. All of a sudden, the elevator isn't working. It's just like... the cable breaks from the elevator. And the fucking thing falls all those flights of stairs. She hits her face on the floor of the elevator. And boom! And he hears everything that's going on the phone call. So, all you hear is the noise of the elevator making when it slams down. And what do you see? Blood coming out of the elevator. And that's more or less how the episode ends. Nurse is dead. Are you fucking kidding me? This show is way creepy. You know what I just realized what this reminds me of? The Omen. Yeah. You know, the good version, not the crappy recent remade version. The original version with I forgot that guy's name, that actor who was in it. But The Omen. You know how like when the girl goes into the elevator and it just all of a sudden just throws down and bah! That's what this was like. But I'm just speechless. This show is ridiculous. I think this show. Tell me what you guys think, because I believe this show, as far as horror is concerned, is worse than Higurashi. Because this show is really creeping me out. It's just like, are you fucking kidding me? Girl falls down a flight of stairs. Umbrella pokes her in the throat. Her mother, same day, gets in a car accident. She dies. Then, a day later, the nurse he's been talking to dies in an elevator accident. This show is crazy. Oh my god. Yokorama Game Talk. I blame you. I blame you. You were the one. I saw your video. I should have found out about this show. I should have passed on it. Oh, this show is too gruesome. It's just too ridiculous. This episode, I'm not gonna rate. Maybe I should rate them. Which one was more gruesome? Oh, I'm gonna give this 4 out of 5, I guess. Oh my god, what a crazy episode. Last episode, someone dies, and the next one, another person dies. And that May girl, she's like saying, it's begun. Yeah. Basically, if you go into that classroom, you're fucked. You're fucked. You're fucked. If you go to that classroom, class 3 of the 9th grade, you're fucked. Because if you go there, you know you're gonna die. It's like, it seems like, but here's the funny thing I'm thinking. And this is starting to be a long video, so I have to end it right here. Tell me what you guys think about this show. Is it really the curse? Or what if this happens? What if Koichi's the one killing them? What if by accident he's actually forcing this to happen? I don't know. It's a crazy show. This has been Bonkai 922, episode 4 of another crazy ass show. This one was, like I said, called Pull Flesh. Next one is going to be called Building Limbs. The next episode, police get involved. And they question him. And he's freaking out already. Koichi, it's crazy. See you guys later.